What is the Montessori method? A good way to learn about how the Montessori philosophy works is to observe a classroom in action. On their first visit, many adults are not quite sure what's going on. The Montessori classroom environment is like nothing they've ever seen. There are children as young as 3 and as old as 6 in the same room. At times, the adults in the classroom are just observing what is going on or working with a single child. Most of the children are busy, working with various hands-on materials. They seem unusually independent, putting away materials they have finished with and then making their own decision about what to do next. The environment is beautiful with many colors. The materials on the shelves have an intriguing appearance and texture, just begging to be touched. The furniture is child-sized. Children can easily reach the sink and the coat hooks. 2 children appear to be enjoying a snack that they served themselves. Many seem unusually focused on what they're doing, sometimes repeating an activity, concentrating for long periods. No one seems bored. Other aspects of the Montessori philosophy may not be immediately obvious. There's an emphasis on cooperation and respectful behavior. The adults in the classroom speak to the children at their own level in a calm voice. If a child wants to use a material that another child is working with, they learn to wait patiently for their turn. Children are rarely interrupted if they're concentrating on an activity. The materials are carefully designed so that the children can identify when they have made an error and correct the mistake on their own. All of the children's senses are used in the educational process. Another unique aspect of the Montessori method is that it is international. Maria Montessori spent many years working with children in her native Italy, in India, and traveling all around the world, sharing what she had learned in working with young children. Today, Montessori schools and training centers can be found worldwide. Although all Montessori classrooms are different in some ways, the basic materials you find in any classroom are the same, regardless of the country you might find them in. All the materials in a Montessori classroom are organized into one of 5 curriculum areas: practical life, sensorial, language, math, and cultural. Montessori materials are carefully sequenced so that each activity has an orderly and logical process to follow. This allows children to organize their thinking and problem-solving skills in a clear way and to absorb this knowledge through their senses. As Aristotle said, there is nothing in the intellect which was not first in the senses. In a Montessori classroom, the teacher is often referred to as a directress or guide. She observes each child on a daily basis and determines when each is ready to move on to the next level of abstraction. She is not teaching the child as much as assisting the child in teaching herself by introducing new concepts as soon as she is ready and giving him the tools to discover the knowledge on his own.
Yes.
Small children have many life skills that they need to learn to achieve independence. Children develop a sense of pride when they're able to do things for themselves. In a hurried world, adults often will tie a child's shoes or zip up his coat to save time. Respecting a child's desire to be independent is a cornerstone of Montessori philosophy. Children are given many opportunities to learn practical life skills in a Montessori classroom. A variety of dressing frames are found in the early childhood classroom. These include zipper frames, button frames, buckle frames, bow tie frames, snap frames, and others. Observing a child practicing with a dressing frame provides an opportunity to see the joy of repetition. Realizing that they are practicing a difficult small muscle skill important to day-to-day life is a powerful motivator for children. Silver polishing is a task most adults would not expect to see a 3- or 4-year-old engaging in, but children love the activity. Polishing silver is not only beautiful, it provides the child with small motor development. Many of the activities at a Montessori classroom focus on developing a child's small and large motor skills and eye-hand coordination. Other objects such as shoes, copper, and wood are also polished. The hand-washing activity follows a logical sequence that includes getting the water, wetting the hands, soaping, washing, rinsing, nail cleaning, drying, and cleaning up. Small children love working with water. Many practical life activities challenge the children to control their small hand muscles to complete delicate tasks, such as spooning objects from one container to another, learning to pour beans from one pitcher to another and back, to pouring water from a variety of containers with progressively smaller openings. Spilling is not a problem because the children have the skills to clean up their own work. Caring for the environment is the responsibility of every child. Learning to sweep and use a dustpan, wash a table, water plants, and even arrange flowers are all common practical life activities. All early childhood classrooms have a line laid out on the floor in an elliptical or circular pattern. The line is used to define the area for children to sit during daily gatherings of the whole class. Children may also use the line for gross motor activities, learning to control their bodies as they walk around, carefully following the line. Montessori classrooms offer children many opportunities to learn to control the movement of their body as well as other objects in the classroom. This girl has used the red rods to lay out a maze and carefully step to the center without touching any rod. This activity improves balance. Children who are struggling to accomplish a task are given the time and space to do it themselves. If they need help, they are given only the assistance they need to complete the task on their own. Maria Montessori was one of the first educators to recognize that children learn best when they are engaged in hands-on activities. She believed that children need to move freely in their environment and to investigate whatever interests them. For these reasons, Montessori insisted that the classroom be beautiful. Through years of observation, she was able to develop a curriculum that appealed to all of a child's senses. A familiar sight in any Montessori early childhood classroom is the knobbed cylinders. There are 4 different sets of knobbed cylinders, each varying in dimensional characteristics. The child learns to discern between subtle variations in width, breadth, depth, and height by removing the cylinders and replacing them in the proper slots. This activity provides a clear example of the concept of control of error. If the child places any cylinder in the wrong slot, it will be impossible to complete the task without correcting his error.